Now you are going to work with the page number 85 of your student's book. In the activity number 2, you are going to read, look, and stick. You are going to read these dialogues. You are going to look at the pictures below the dialogues, and you have to stick the correct sticker, okay, in the right place. Remember, you can find out these stickers at the end of this book. Well, let's repeat the dialogues, okay? I'm going to start and you are going to repeat after me at home, okay? We are going to start with this girl, and she says, "My dad is a firefighter. What does he wear at work?" "He wears a helmet and boots." "What does he use at work?" "He uses an axe and a hose." "My mom is a chef. What does she wear at work?" "She wears an apron and a hat." "What does she use at work?" "She uses a pan and a spatula." Now I want you pay attention to this. Look at the first question in the first dialogue. This boy say, "What does he wear at work?" Here we are talking in present simple and we are using the auxiliary does in the question, okay? And we are using as a subject a third person singular. We have three subjects as a third person singular. We have he, we have she, and it. It could be an object, an animal, or a thing. Now let's go back to the question. What does he wear at work? As I said before, here in the question we are using the auxiliary does. Now look at the answer for this question. He wears a helmet and boots. Can you see the difference in the verb? Here in the question the verb wear doesn't have a letter S at the end because we are using the auxiliary does. But in the answer we are not using the auxiliary. As you can see here we are not using the auxiliary does. So for that reason we must add a letter S at the end of the verb, okay? Wears, because the sentence is in present simple and we are using a third person singular as a subject, he, okay? Now look at the second question. What does he use at work? Here we have the same sample. Here is the verb use, and the verb is without letter S at the end because we are using the auxiliary does in the question. But in the answer, as you can see, we add a letter S at the end of the verb, okay? Do you know why? Yes, because the sentence is in present simple and we are using a third person singular as a subject, he, okay? And if you look at the second dialogue, you will find the same rule, okay? After you stick the correct stickers in the right place, you are going to look and ask. And you have to write these questions in your notebook, okay? And you are going to answer these questions using these pictures as an example, okay? The first question says, what does he, she wear? Here you have two options, he or she. Do you know why? Yes, because you have here a female and here you have a male. We use he for a male, okay? And we use she for female, okay? So, what does he wear? Well, he wears an uniform. He wears. Now you know you have to add a letter S at the end of the verb in the answer because you are not going to use the auxiliary, okay? Now, if you make a question about the female, you are going to say, what does she wear? She wears a suit. Then you are going to write the second question. What does he use? And here you have an example of the object he used. And here you have another example of the object that she uses. Well, that's all for today. I hope you had fun with this activity. Remember, the principal rule here is when we talk in present simple and the subject is a third person singular, we must add a letter S at the end of the verb. What does he use? He uses an airplane, okay? Well, that's all for today. Keep practicing. Bye bye.